the Bud List. Also, time, Danny, where we read some viewer mail.
That's great.
For the year 2024, we get a ton of mail. You would think email you're talking about?
Yeah.
No, actual physical mail.
Wow. Our show's so
Dear
close.
Wildes, love the show. When you're watching the late games, do you prefer to stay at home or go out? I prefer to stay at home. I don't get dressed and go out. You also stay at home, I know that much. Danny, you stay at home?
I stay at home. Yeah.
How about you?
What do you do?
I like to get out among the people. I like to get out among the people.
Go out to the TGI Fridays or the old Bud List?
I'll go out to a little restaurant, a little bar, and
What do you
watch
have?
the game by myself.
What do you order?
Last time I had a brownie obsession. Don't take my advice. Don't eat brownie obsessions at 11 o'clock at night if you're a little up there in age. All right, here we go. At number 3, Jayson Tatum. Now, people might be saying, wait, what? They're the quickest team into the conference finals.
Yeah.
Why is Jayson Tatum on there? Jayson, congratulations for getting to yet another Eastern Conference final. He's only 26 years old. You must feel like this is your birthright. 5 Eastern Conference finals in 7 seasons. That's
amazing.
That is amazing. He just got to get some championships, all right? But here's the deal. Individually hasn't really been a great playoffs for you. You've played 2 injury-depleted teams, Miami, Cleveland, and you're averaging 24 points a game. Sounds great, but that's your lowest since 2019. 43% shooting and 28% from 3. Career low in the playoffs. And so here's the deal. You are officially still a superstar. He's in Club Superstar.
Yes.
No chance of you coming out. You didn't have to worry about that. But I don't think you're getting like the superstar treatment right now. Nobody's viewing you like that. Your team had by far the best record in the playoffs, and you didn't even finish in the top 5 MVP voting. So there's a little shine being lost by you right now. And so the pressure is on. Look, you should beat the Knicks, but they are going to, if they win, they're going to play you guys tough. They're like Miami. They're never going to die. So you got to come out there, have a great series. If you don't get to the finals, this could be the last time we see the Celtics in this form.
Yep.
I got to think there's major change. I don't think you're getting traded, but I think some of your teammates that you like will be getting traded if you don't get to the finals. Jayson, I do believe in you. At number 2, Tyrese Haliburton. I feel like he's been on there a lot these playoffs. But Tyrese, welcome to stardom. I mean, stardom is when you lose a series you should win, you get the blame. Period. You just get the blame when you're the star. And you say, should win. Chris, we're the 6th seed.
Yeah.
What do you mean should win? Well, look at the Knicks are running on fumes. All right, Julius Randle out. Mitchell Robinson out. OG Anunoby out. I get it that you were the underseeded team, but now you really should win this series. You really should. And we can see that even the way the games have been played. If you lose, you'll probably say, hey, we're a young team. We'll build. This will be a building block, okay? But I would say, opportunity lost. Because guess who's going to be around next year, barring injury? Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Miami, they'll all be back, so you guys won't have an easier trip to get to the conference finals. So you got to get it done, Tyrese. Up and down series, 234 and a 34, 35-point game. Then 2 games, you didn't even take 10 shots. So you got to be aggressive and win game 6 and bring in a do-or-die game 7 at the Garden. I believe in you, Tyrese. I really do.
Do you?
I do. I mean, I got the Knicks, but still,
Okay.
I believe in you. All right, at number 1, 2 guys.
Oh.
Cat and Ant. Karl-Anthony Towns and Anthony Edwards. Let me start with Karl-Anthony Towns because he's the oldest, all right? You sound like a parent, right?
Yeah.
You're the oldest. Let me talk to you. All right, Cat, you've never been to the conference finals. You got to come out there and get it done, all right? Your man, Anthony Edwards, is going to need your support, okay? You got to go out there. I need 28 to 30 points from you, not the 23, all right? And look, you were called out on national television by a current player, not Chuck, not Kenny Smith, not Shaq. Draymond Green called you out for your little limping thing you were doing after the game. And I got, man, I'm with Draymond on that. You play 38 minutes and don't limp at all, and then you limp off the court. So go out there and prove Draymond to be a liar, because he said that proved you don't believe. Prove him to be a liar and show that you believe, and take this game 6. Now, Anthony Edwards, same thing. After the game, I thought you spoke the truth when you said, hey, I just laughed. Jokic is the best player in basketball. But a lot of people didn't like that. They didn't like you saying that about an opponent while the series is still going on, and they took that as evidence that they're done. Yeah. They've mailed it in. Now, look. Prove those naysayers to be a liar, and there is no shame in losing to the defending champions. But there is shame in quitting or giving up or surrendering before the series is over. So, Cat and Ant, go out there and prove these people wrong. I believe in you.
Before Danny goes, what were you shaking your head about, Wildes?
He knows the power of the Bud List.
I know the power of the Bud List, certainly, but you said that you firmly believed in the Wolves. And you would sneak in little things like, hey, there's no shame in losing to the defending champs.
Well, there isn't. I do believe in them, but there isn't shame.
Cover his basics.
No, I'm just stating facts.
Well, it's an honor to add someone to the Bud List. I know how powerful it is. We'll inject a little bit of football here. I'm going to put Tua on the Bud List. He's under duress. Reports are that the Dolphins and Tua are very far apart on a contract. So he's playing under his 5th-year option. And the schedule comes out, and so the sequencing of the games is going to matter a lot, because he's never won a game when it's 45 degrees or colder. Now, I'm not going to crush him for that playoff loss to the Chiefs. I'm not going to crush him for that play.
You got to play in the cold.
Well, fans lost fingers and toes for that game. So he at least didn't have that happen to him. That'd be tough to be a quarterback. But sequencing of the schedule, last 6 games, they're at Lambeau, at night on Thanksgiving, late November. Then it's a 3-game stretch where it's no cold games, but it's tough games. Jets, Texans, Niners. Then at Cleveland at night, late December, going to be cold. At the Jets, early January, going to be cold. So if he's not going to get paid before the year, he's got to finish strong. The last 6 games there, 3 cold, 3 tough opponents. Doesn't set up for him to finish strong. He's under duress.
Those are 4 teams that made the playoffs. They were tomato can kings too last year. 1-6 against playoff teams.
Oh, that's it.
Good one, Dan. That's really good.
All right, I am going to put one of the most kind of popular out-of-nowhere teams in the NFL on the Bud List. The Detroit Lions. Everybody likes Dan Campbell. Yeah. Everyone likes what they're doing there, and they paid a lot of their guys. And as Coach Mangini says, those guys didn't get better, they just got more expensive. And the question is, because Dan Campbell seemed to know they might have left a Super Bowl appearance on the board. When you're up 17 in the conference championship game and you squander it, and when he said, I told him, we might never be back here, boys. Like, it was honest, but it was also maybe truer than people think. A couple years ago, the final 4 teams, Kansas City, Cincinnati, the Rams, and the Niners. And you would think, oh, well, they would all be right back in that position. No. The Rams actually had the season from hell that year and missed the playoffs entirely. 2 years ago, the final 4 teams, Kansas City's going to be on all these, Cincinnati, San Francisco, and Philly. And then Cincinnati has the season from hell. The final 4 teams this past season, Kansas City, Baltimore, who I know that side of the table believes in, San Francisco, who I know that side of the table believes in, and Detroit. History says one of those 4 teams is going to more than stub its toe. Could it be the team that just gave $165 million guaranteed to Jared Goff? Could it be the team that had as crushing of a conference championship game loss as in recent memory, blowing that lead? So I think the Lions now, instead of being the plucky underdogs, are the hunted rather than the hunter in what I believe to be the best division in football. Plus, Caleb's probably going to the Super Bowl, so it's going to be even harder. So, for all those reasons, Brew, the Lions are under duress.
No, it's fair, because like you said, they are going to be hunted, and they haven't had experience in being the team, getting everybody's best shot. And that division, look, it's going to be hard. It can happen. It's going to be hard to get 3 teams in the playoffs in that division. So,
I'm putting the Steelers under duress, bro. And the Steelers have had a funny history. Yeah, Steelers and the Patriots are in the same boat. They just don't realize it.
No, they don't.
Patriots
Nobody actually realizes that.
Well, I'm explaining it right now. Used to be like, hey, let's go to the Super Bowl. It's like, let's kind of make some playoff runs. And it's like, uh-oh, our star quarterback is gone. What are we going to do? And now we're kind of searching around. And then the Steelers have lowered the bar so much, like, hey, let's be 500 again. Like, oh, okay, that's a successful season. But now their over-under is set at 7.5, so Vegas thinks their 500 streak is in danger. They've got the toughest schedule in the league based on projected win totals. They play 8 straight games against teams projected to have winning records. So this back half of the schedule, not
impossible.
Good.
It's impossible.
They play the Ravens. Then they're in Cleveland on 3 days rest for Thursday. They go into Cincy after that Thursday game. Home again against the Browns. Then you're going to Philly. Then you're going to Baltimore. Then you got the defending champs. And then you finish up with Joe Burrow, who likes to get hot at the end of the season. Wow. They're in a rough spot. Also, if you ever want to make the move from Russ to Justin, or if you think from Justin to Russ, and on the back quarterback, like, I don't know about that. If you do it at
Russ
the bye,
is like,
maybe you get the Commanders, and then it gets very, very tough. So I think the Steelers got a tough draw with that schedule, and their 500 streak is in danger.
Only thing I'll
Tomlin,
say,
but this is in danger now.
We've thought, the last few seasons that 500 mark was going to be in danger. Not only do they go 500 or better, they make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So
that's also just
that
for the
is
record,
incredibly
not
tough.
a thing.
Making the playoffs?
It's just the Steelers have made it like they've made it an accomplishment.
Wildes,
you're
ready to
the
throw
drive for 5
wins.
guys. What are you talking about?
If your team
you're going to be
9
screaming
games,
bloody murder if they win 6.
We have won a Super Bowl. I think this is true.
More reason the Steelers won a playoff game?
Yes.
That's correct.
Okay, good. Let's go to break.
Teammate
Rodgers. Just the MVP.
I've got your back.
They get blown out.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.